Hello, everyone. Chrissy Etheridge here. Would like to welcome you to an hopefully very informative hour of creating a financial pipeline with doTERRA essential oils. Would like to first of all start out by introducing myself. Like I said, my name is Chrissy Etheridge. I am first off, a mother of 5 wonderful children. They're almost all adults. I still have a teenager in the house, but I also have almost 3 grandchildren and wonderful man that I married to for 21 years, my best friend, Brian. I currently live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am a family nurse practitioner who works in, I work in multiple emergency rooms here in Las Vegas. I'm credentialed for 6, but I usually stick to about 4 of them. My doTERRA introduction happened about 3 years ago when I was working as a nurse still, but I was in my master's program for my family nurse practitioner program. I was invited by a friend of mine that I worked with. We went to a small class that she was having inside her home, and I learned about the power of essential oils. I learned about how to purchase them. And I bought an enrollment kit that night and started using them daily in my life. So that's a little bit about me. A few little small housekeeping things that we need to get out of the way. I'm going to share my screen with you quickly. And I want to show you you can go back and view the recorded video later. But really, this is just FTC guidelines and requirements that I share with you quickly. So get back to our webinar. Perfect. So, what is an essential oil? Essential oils are naturally occurring compounds. They're found in plants within the stems, the root, the bark, the flower, the rind of a fruit. And what it is it's the plant's protective mechanism that not only wards off things within nature that can harm it, but also attracts things in nature that can provide benefits, such as bees and birds that will help pollinate the different in the different growth stages of the plant. And so I have a short video of what is an essential oil that you guys can watch briefly, and we'll go ahead and get that started now.
There are no wasted efforts in nature. The fragrance of a flower, the smell of an orange, or the scent of a pine tree all serve specific purposes vital to a plant's survival. What our senses perceive as fragrances or scents are actually volatile aromatic compounds, tiny organic molecules that serve a variety of protective, reproductive, and regenerative purposes. These compounds help ward off unfriendly pests, attract friendly herbivores and insects, and even help the plant heal from infection and physical injury. There are over 3,000 identified varieties of aromatic compounds, each with its own unique and functional chemical constituents that provide different aromas and benefits to the plants. From the petals of a flower, to the leaves of a plant, the rind of a fruit, or the resin of a tree, these volatile aromatic compounds are all around us. Distilled directly from their plant sources, essential oils are multifaceted agents that have seemingly endless applications to our health and can be used aromatically, topically, or internally. Ensuring the maximum potency and beneficial properties of an essential oil are the result of maintaining the delicate ratio of aromatic constituents found in that essential oil, all of which can vary depending on the time of day or part of the plant which is harvested, the time of year or life cycle when harvested, the geographic location, and whether where the plant was grown, or the method and even the duration of distillation. For that reason, it is vital that essential oils come from a trusted source committed to not only producing unadulterated essential oils, but to adhering to the strictest production protocols. There are no wasted efforts in nature. Neither should there be in the health care you provide for yourself and those you love.
Perfect. So that gives you a very concise way of looking at what essential oils are, how they're found in nature, and how you can start using them in your home and in your life to improve certain ailments, certain conditions, to better your life, your emotions, your health, your family's health, things of that nature. I do have a program that goes over the top 10 essential oils, exactly how to use essential oils, and how to get essential oils. But tonight's webinar is for a different purpose. We are going to go over how to create a financial pipeline. And so what is a financial pipeline? When you think about what you do on a daily basis, when you go to work, or your husband goes to work, or your wife goes to work, or whomever else is the income provider in your household, they go to work and work for an hour for a certain dollar amount. And so you trade an hour of your time for a certain dollar amount that you and your employee have decided that you are of value, or what the service is you're providing is a value. And so that is what we consider hauling buckets. And so you haul a specific bucket for a certain amount of time that you work, and then you get paid, whether you get paid weekly or biweekly or bi-monthly or once a month. Now, hopefully you have a built-in package within the company that you work for that gives you paid time off when you need a vacation, or when you have a child that's sick, or whatever the case may be. Hopefully you have that set in place. I do not. And so if I don't go to work, I don't get paid. And so I am still living in the haul bucket category. And what I am trying to do is create a pipeline, or build a pipeline, so I can have what's considered residual income, which is income that happens on a regular basis based on the effort that I put in previously, whether or not it's a month ago or a year ago, and I still get continued money, or a pipeline for my family and for my bank account. And so that's really what network marketing does. Network marketing is a opportunity where, instead of a company giving money to a billboard ad, or to a 90-second commercial, or to a musical star or TV actress, instead of giving them money to promote their product, network marketing companies give the money to advocates like myself in the form of a commission. They exchange that advertising dollar for a advocate commission plan. And so really that's what network marketing is. Not only are you networking with the people that you know, but the company that you are doing that for is paying you a compensation equal to what they would normally pay a an advertising dollar. So we are their advertisers in essence. And so the cool thing about network marketing is that, one, you can create your own schedule. Now, in the beginning, your schedule is probably going to be pretty full. Network marketing doesn't mean that you get to push a button for a couple of hours and then sit back and relax for the rest of the day. Hopefully you create that pipeline so you can do that earlier later on. But the neat thing about network marketing is that you can do it from any geographical location. And so as long as you have Wi-Fi and as long as you have connectivity to your team and your contacts, then you can work anywhere in the world. And so create your own schedule, and you're not geographically bound to where your company currently resides. So those two things are very appealing to a lot of people when it comes to network marketing. So I want to show you another video of a parable about buckets versus pipeline. So let's go ahead and get that started, and I'll be back in a minute.
Earning wages makes you poor. Earning profits makes you rich. Don't believe me? Let me tell you a story of two friends, Pablo and Bruno. Pablo and Bruno were young and ambitious. They dreamt of having their own house, a family, and living their life in wealth and peace. So they got jobs, carrying buckets of water from the river to the village fountain. They were ecstatic. The job paid well, and now they had a way of making their dreams come true. But even though they were young and buff, the river was far and the work was tiring. Bruno said to Pablo, "Dude, don't worry about it. We'll get used to the pain. Plus, one day we'll be able to buy whatever we want." But Pablo didn't agree. There had to be a better way. Pablo told Bruno about an idea of transporting water from the river without breaking their backs or wasting their time. It would be hard at first, but it would pay off in the end. Bruno laughed. "That would take months, years. Ain't nobody got time for that." And so months went by and Pablo continued to work on his pipeline. Bruno and his friends laughed at Pablo. Bruno bought new clothes, dinners, and even a new donkey for his wife. So every day Bruno trudged out to the river, and every day the bucket seemed heavy. Pablo worked on the pipeline, and every day the village became closer. And after much time and dedication, Pablo had finished his pipeline and now was able to give water to the village without any effort at all. The villagers lined up and cheered Pablo for his work. What a hero, this guy. I like water! Bruno is older and bearded now, and the heavy buckets have taken their toll. He can't carry as many buckets of water anymore. He was out of a job. Pablo, on the other hand, was now rich and successful. He now had a continuous stream of income and had plenty of time to spend with his family and doing the things he loved. He told his friend Bruno that he had planned on building more pipelines and offered to help build Bruno one of his own. Eventually, Bruno built his own pipeline, and they were both able to stop working and spend the rest of their lives with the friendship and the pipelines they had built. Pablo and Bruno secured a river of cash. Now you have to ask yourself, how long are you going to work a 9-to-5 job? How much longer can you settle for 5 days off a year? Win back your life. After all, you only get one. Are you a bucket carrier or pipeline builder? We're building a pipeline. Come build it with us.
So definitely, hopefully that explains building a pipeline versus carrying buckets. I know a lot of us do a physical job. Actually, studies now say even sitting still all day long can be such a detriment to your body. So regardless of whether or not you do manual labor, which is going to tear your body down very quickly, or you sit at a computer all day long answering phone calls, both of those activities are very draining on the body. One just wears down the joints and the bones. The other one actually can create a very awful cycle of sedentary activity and lifestyle, gaining weight and things like that. So, not only are you just working, that hour for that dollar amount and hauling buckets continuously, but over the years, when you have to do that, your body just gets worn down. And so what would be neat is to be able to build that pipeline, just like Pablo did, in order to provide for the family so you didn't have to work so hard later on. And so that's really what we're talking about today, is how to build that financial pipeline. And specifically, how to build that pipeline with doTERRA. And so when you're thinking about starting a business or creating a business, there are definitely 4 things that you want to consider when it comes to is that business going to be profitable, and is that business going to be successful for you, right? Because why would you start a business if you didn't want it to be successful? And so the 4 things that you want to consider is the company that you're going to join forces with, especially when network marketing is considered. So you want to look at the trends of the current market. You want to look at the niche that market provides, and you want to look at the compensation, or how you're going to get paid. And so when it comes to the company, specifically doTERRA, which means gift of the earth, doTERRA was founded in 2008 by 7 wonderful people. You will meet some of them on a few videos today that had an idea that they wanted to do better and have a better company that provided essential oils worldwide to different people. And so they are a debt-free company, which I think is just phenomenal. Their growth rate over the last 9 years has been exponential, and comparing or even exceeding growth such as Apple, which has phenomenal growth in itself. We all are very familiar with Apple. The trends of doTERRA and their growth are surpassing that model. So another thing that you want to look at when you look at a company and whether or not you're going to join forces with them, especially when it comes to network marketing, is where's the product going to come from? What product are you selling, and where's the product going to come from? Well, we've already talked about the product. We've already talked about the essential oils and what are they, and a very small snippet of what they can do for health and wellness and emotions, things like that. But you also want to know how in the world are you going to get those products to the people that want to buy them. If you've ever been inside of a network marketing company before, you will know that some of those companies, you have to purchase a large stock of retail for that company so you can then distribute it to the people that are interested in buying it. So you buy a large retail store, figure out where to put it in your home. You hope to goodness that what you have doesn't expire. Now you get somebody that wants to purchase the oils from you. So either you're toting them to their house, or you're carrying them, in a container in your car to get to those people. And then you've got to figure out the taxes, and possibly did you pay for shipping, or what discounts are you going to give for them if they buy X product? Whatever the case may be, it's a lot of work. I've done it for a certain company, and I won't ever do it again. So kudos to those that have tried it and love it, but that's just not something I'm interested in doing. So doTERRA actually does all of the product sourcing. They do all the packaging and the fulfillment. They also provide customer and distributor services. And so there's money back guarantees, there's customer support. There's a lot of things within there that once you start getting people ordering, you don't give them product, nor do you exchange money with them. You don't have to. And so I think that's brilliant. doTERRA also has world-class product education and leadership development. There's a very low startup cost, including, and what you do buy is products that you're going to use for yourself and your family. So the enrollment kit or the monthly amount that you purchase, all of that's for your own personal use. And so you're not buying large amounts of product that you're going to give to other people. You're buying it for yourself and for your family to use. And doTERRA's products are so amazing that they have a 65% customer retention rate. And when that comes to a company in comparison to the industry average of 8%, that's phenomenal. Because when we're talking about building a residual income and we're talking about building a pipeline, you don't want to always have to keep rebuilding that pipeline. And so you want customers to come back, you want them to reorder, and so that whole model works well. Well, if you're at 65% of those customers coming back and reordering, that's pretty impressive numbers considering that the industry standard's 8%. So I like those numbers for sure. So another two things that are phenomenal with doTERRA specifically is not only how they test their essential oils, but where they get their essential oils from. And so doTERRA has a patented protocol called CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade testing. So we know that our essential oils that we use go through rigorous tests. They go through about 8 different tests to make sure that it's the correct chemical composition, that it's free of microbes, it's free of heavy metals, it's free of contaminants. And you can check that, and you can check the testing that your essential oil did on the bottom of the bottle. I can share with you that website later on if you're interested in purchasing oils, so you know exactly how the oils that you get, how they're tested. But another really cool thing about doTERRA, so not only are the products hands down tested like no other in the industry, but it's also where they get their products from. And so doTERRA sources their essential oils from about 40 different countries worldwide. Over half of those are from developing countries. And so they have the opportunity to really make a community impact within those communities because they're providing now fair trade. They're providing a consistent means of income for those people. They're doing heavy training and making sure that the harvesting, from the growth to the harvesting to the distillation process, is up to standards, up to doTERRA standards. But in exchange of that, they are providing a consistent income for the people of those villages. And so I wanted to show you a video from Nepal and where we get the sorry about this, having a little moment. Need to make sure I'm getting my right video in place. So the heart of Nepal. Okay.
These women go out every single morning as they collect the wintergreen leaves, and they fill these baskets full, and they carry them all the way down the mountainside, oftentimes having to stop along the way to take a break. And yet they do this every single day to be able to provide for their family. But yet when you look at these mountain regions, they are so far removed from any city. What other opportunity do they have to truly be able to provide for their family? They don't. And now we come in with an opportunity that provides them with the means they need to create that income.
रमाइलो लाग्छ सक्नुहुन्थ्यो रमाइलो लाग्छ 1-2 पैसा आउँछ बच्चा-बच्चीले पढाउनु पर्यो या त कपी कलम किन्नु पर्यो
यो 5 बजे हिँड्दाखेरि हामी कहिले 12 बजे पुग्छु कहिले 1 बजे त्यो पैसा त अब भुराले कापी ल्याउ भन्दा कलम किन्नु भन्दा पढाउँदा अब कहिले
They get up in the morning before the kids are awake and are able to provide for their family, whether that be through school supplies, whether it be food for the family. They're able to work as much as they want because of our demand for wintergreen. Sky's the limit.
This new wintergreen essential oil is exciting for a lot of different reasons, one of which is a new species for doTERRA, Gaultheria fragrantissima. The aroma is very different than what we are accustomed to with wintergreen essential oil, while at the same time we maintain all of the wonderful chemistry and benefits. One of the challenges with wintergreen essential oil is to make sure that the oil is not synthetic. And while doTERRA does a tremendous amount of testing that has become more and more sophisticated, we also have the advantage of working directly with the source. We're intimately involved from the very beginning all the way through the end process when we provide this beautiful essential oil.
Wintergreen is one of the lowest yield oils that there is, and that was a surprise to me actually. As we fill those stills up, you stomp and you mash that thing as tight as you can get it, and then we finally build the mound 4 feet higher than the top of the still and put the lid on and really pack it in there. And then it goes for 14 hours. It's an amazing process and a heck of a lot of work to get such a small amount of oil.
It's been about a year we started working in these villages. Most of their livelihood depends on cultivating these smaller terraces. But we found out a local resource called wintergreen, and we are so happy that doTERRA has come to partner with us in purchasing what they can produce. And that gives them extra resources to sustain their family in these villages.
In our desire to find the highest quality essential oils in the world, we turned to Nepal for their wintergreen source. We worked with 2 specific districts, the Dholaka district as well as the Longjun district. And you can imagine how our hearts broke as we learned the news of the earthquakes, knowing that these 2 areas were the heart of the earthquake and received the most damage.
You know, we were already working in Nepal. We'd been working on this co-impact sourcing relationship for the wintergreen for some time. We already had significant contacts on the ground, specifically with Vishnu, so valuable, and just his ability to get things done in Nepal that frankly others, even the government, sometimes struggle with. And then of course when the earthquake happened, we immediately decided we were going to send $100,000 out there for the immediate needs, which were tents and blankets and food as they were just going into their monsoon season. But then we got this thought almost as fast. Our wellness advocates are really generous in their thinking. Why don't we put it out to them, and we'll put out an offer to match, you know, any donations that come that way, and so that's what we did. And in the end, I think we came up with somewhere around $700,000 that we were able to help provide this relief in Nepal.
You imagine what it meant to these people who lost their homes, whose lives were completely devastated, to receive temporary shelter, to receive food, to receive those things to be able to help sustain them through this most difficult time. To actually be there and physically see that devastation, to see homes destroyed, to see family and children living under tents just trying to stay dry. It really changed my perspective. And as we were able to meet some of the people that we provided the temporary housing for, Tahawa is one that just amazed me. I think of myself in that situation and how I would have responded. I think I would have been devastated. Yet she was so resilient. She was so happy and so grateful. She just kept giving us thanks for the home that she had. Even though it was a small home, she was so grateful.
Then to see the little shack, very small, with the goats where she had been sleeping, and you know, as a way to stay out of the rains and so forth. Those are things you just don't forget. I think she was very representative of many of the people that we met in Nepal.
They're such a gracious people, and they truly are resilient. They truly are strong, and they will carry on, but they need help. And I'm so grateful that we are in a position to be able to provide some small means of help.
भएको पनि लग्यो नदेख्ने भगवानले अहिले भगवान चाहिँ मेरै आँखा वरिपरि हजुरहरू ले चाहिँ मेरो भगवान रहेछ उहाँहरू भगवान उहाँ रहेछ भन्ने अनुभव चाहिँ भयो
So definitely some very powerful opportunities that doTERRA does. I mean, when they get inside a community and there's a need for that community, then they help that community. Obviously, they're trying to find the best environment for the essential oils to grow. But if they can use the Healing Hands Foundation that David Sterling mentioned about the generosity of the wellness advocates, if they can use that foundation to benefit communities, then they figure out how. So very proud to be a part of a company that does that. So getting back to if you're going to start a business, you know, we've gone over the company. And so the next thing that you want to look at is you want to look at the trends of what's happening in today's market, in today's consumerism. You would not want to start a horse and buggy company when those around you want to purchase a flying car. And so when you look at the trends today, there is a huge growing trend of alternative lifestyles, of using alternative methods of health and healing, going back to that farm to table concept of healthy foods with preservative-free ideas, chemical-free, pesticide-free, detoxifying your body and your home. You know, all of these are things that are trending today. And so it would be wise if you are going to start a company that you have you're in that trend. And doTERRA essential oils are definitely a part of that trend. People are able to start replacing certain over-the-counter medicines with essential oils. Taking the vitamins and the supplements truly help improve quality of life, energy levels, the ability to sleep better, the ability to regulate your gut health better. There's just phenomenal things out there and research out there that essential oils are providing benefit for that are adjuncts to this healthy way of living that people are now all wanting to start looking towards. Even your fast food companies are offering so many different new mechanisms to continue to draw those people in that are really starting to become more health conscious, gluten-free, soy-free, you know, you name it, lactose-free. I mean, there's just a ton of different things that people are dealing with because they're learning that their health is a direct correlation of what they put in their body and how what kind of chemicals they put in their body, including medicines, which are chemicals. So definitely want to look at the trends. The other trend is that we're switching from the baby boomer focus and to the millennial focus. The baby boomers obviously came, you know, they're kind of getting up into the age of retirement. So excuse anybody that's on here, but it is just the way that it is. The millennials have now surpassed the baby boomers in terms of population. And these baby boomers know exactly how to use technology. They know how to use their phones. If they can't find it on their phone, then they probably don't need it. But on this phone, they have a wealth of resources, not only from medical resources, but also reviews of different companies, so they know who to buy from and what they're looking for. They can get exact ingredients and you know, breakdowns of you know, the carbs and the calories and the fats. I mean, you can pretty much get anything you want from your smartphone these days. And so what's happening is with these millennials is that because they have access to unlimited information, they're wanting high quality products. They're wanting the organic products that they know that they've heard about, and they're willing to pay good money for them because they can see, with the reviews, they can see that, in order to get really good high quality products, sometimes, you've got to pay money for that. And so they're willing to pay that money for that better product. So keep that in mind when it comes to trends and when it comes to looking at what kind of a business opportunity you're looking for. The third thing that you want to look for is what kind of niche is your business for? And so what's a niche? A niche is really what is that area that the company or the product is geared towards. And so there's a ton of network marketing companies out there. For example, there's one that makes sure that your lipstick stays on for 12 hours. There's one that completely eliminates all wrinkles and has the, timeless makeup line. There's products out there that allow you to provide a ton of different products inside your kitchen. There's dieting network marketing. There's just, you name it, and there's a network market for it. But really, when you look at the niches in the market and what product it is that you're going to be selling, you want to make sure that the product in question can support or can be used by the largest population there is. And so when it comes to doTERRA and essential oils, everybody can use them. Every man, every woman, every child, every pet that you have in your household can use these products. Not only that, but they can be used for improving health and wellness and emotion, but they can also be used to clean your house, completely detoxify your home and switch out the chemicals in your home. So you're not challenging your immune system all the time by using all these chemicals in your laundry detergent, your dishwashing tablets, and your shampoo, things like that. You can also clean your cars with them. You can improve your gardening with them. There are large organizations that are now paying attention to the power of diffusing essential oils within the hospital. Within Alzheimer's units, within the emergency room, within the OR, within dentist offices and chiropractic offices. You come up with it, and there's a way to use an essential oil in somebody's life. And so really, when you look at the niche in the market, truly that's just the sky's the limit when it comes to the niche. And it's not just this narrow, it only is geared towards women, or it's only geared towards chefs, or it's only geared towards people that need to lose weight. When it comes to doTERRA, everybody can benefit from essential oils. And so that's really important when you look at who you're going to gear your business towards. And last but not least, compensation. Definitely, how are you going to get paid, and what is the pay structure? And so doTERRA has a pretty amazing compensation package that really encourages longevity and depth inside your organization, rather than getting a whole bunch of people enrolled and getting some trinkets along the way. But when you spend a year investing your time into it, you really don't have a whole lot to show for that you did at the beginning. So, and that's because of the way that most companies pay their compensation, is that they pay a high percentage with the first tier that you recruit. But when you get down into that really deep level of recruitment and that duplicity that occurs when your team members are building and things like that, most companies pay you a very small amount in your deepest tier. doTERRA flips that around, and they pay you a smaller percentage at the top, because that's where you're going to have least amount of people on your organizational tree. And then as your tiers start to deepen, your percentage of commission increases. And so I have a video that explains that in detail. Let me get that loaded real quick.
The purpose of this video is to help you understand how you make money with doTERRA. There are some common acronyms you will hear that need to be explained. PV stands for product volume. All commissions are paid based on a point system called PV. PV has a different value for each product, but it's close to $1 per point. WA stands for Wellness Advocate. This is doTERRA's name for distributors. LRP stands for Loyalty Rewards Program. LRP is the monthly auto ship of product. WAs who opt into LRP have access to all the bonuses. There are 4 basic ways to make money with doTERRA: retail bonus, fast start bonus, power of 3 bonus, and unilevel bonus. You earn money when you sell a product at retail price. Once a month, the company will send you a check for 25% the volume you sold at retail. In summary, you'll earn 25% of everything you sell at retail price. doTERRA's compensation plan helps you make money right from the start with the Fast Start bonus. For each new WA wholesale account you enroll, doTERRA will pay you 20% on anything they purchase within the first 60 days. For example, you tell your friend Sally about doTERRA, and let's say she purchases a diamond kit for 2,000 PV. You will receive a check in the mail for $400 the following week. If Sally makes any additional purchases in her first 60 days, you will receive another check for 20% of her purchase. Fast Start bonus checks are paid to 3 generations of enrollers. You would earn 20% for being Sally's enroller, 10% on anyone Sally enrolls, and 5% on anyone their enrollee then enrolls. In review, for the first 60 days, anyone you enroll, you earn 20%. Anyone they enroll, you earn 10%. And you'll earn 5% on your third level. The third way you make money is through the Power of 3 bonus. It works like this. If you enroll 3 accounts that maintain a minimum of 100 PV on your front line, and the combined total of your sales and your frontline sales equals 600 PV, doTERRA will send you a bonus check for $50 in addition to all the other earnings you receive. Now, if you help those 3 people on your front line do exactly the same thing, then the company will send you a $250 bonus check. Now, if you help their teams do exactly the same thing, then the company will send you a $1,500 bonus check. Here is another graphic to simplify. You earn $50 for your first level, $250 for your second level, and $1,500 for your third level. doTERRA's main commission plan is called Unilevel Organizational Bonus, and perhaps the most generous and unique plan available. You earn an increasing rate of commission on each level down through 7 levels. On the first level, you earn 2% on all accounts that are over 60 days old. You earn more money on each level until it maxes out at 7% on the 7th level. Most other plans start you out on a higher percentage rate at the beginning, and as levels deepen, you earn less percentage, meaning, overall, less money for you. So, with doTERRA's compensation plan, you actually make the most on the most and the least on the least. So, if we compared another company's plan with doTERRA's plan having the same amount of volume, the same team size, the same levels, when you reach the 7th level, you would earn $20,000 more with doTERRA's plan. doTERRA's built-in dynamic compression, which simply means that you're paid on a true 7 levels of sales. If someone doesn't purchase within your organization, then the levels below them roll up, so that it actually is 7 levels. So to summarize, unilevel commissions are paid down 7 levels, increasing your percentage earned the deeper you go. And dynamic compression skips inactive levels for the best commissions. doTERRA boasts a 65% retention rate, and that's 6 times the national average, which means once you build your business, it makes it much easier to maintain a steady residual income by helping people with products that they want and products that bless their lives.
Okay, so definitely a lot of opportunity to build your business and start making that residual income. When it does come to the retail side, one thing that the video did not mention is that you will be getting a website with a URL that you can personalize yourself, put in your story, put in your face and things like that when people log on. but you will then have the opportunity to send people to your retail store. And so when they want to purchase essential oils from a retail side, and we'll get into that in a minute, what that means, you will earn 25% of anything that they purchase through your store, and doTERRA sends that money to you monthly. So again, you don't have to be responsible for having your online store, your own personal retail store. You don't have to worry about shipping. doTERRA takes care of that. You don't have to worry about packaging. doTERRA takes care of all of that. And you don't have to worry about monetary exchange because they can purchase everything through the website and pay there directly with a secured access, and then they get their stuff shipped to them. So it's definitely a very easy way to sell from the retail point of view without having to worry about your own retail store. So now we've gone over the 4 things that are really important when you're looking at starting a business: the company, the trends of the market, the niche of your product, and how you're going to get paid. Okay, so doTERRA meets every one of those standards. It's a great company. It definitely is in line with the trends currently happening today. It's a niche-free market, and their compensation plan is amazing. And so now it's really just time to start figuring out, there's 3 things that you need to do to become successful as a network marketer with doTERRA. And that success really starts with the first mindset of the fact that this is a 2 to 5 year commitment. Now, I say that, and that might scare some people. You really need to recognize and sit back and say, okay, I'm going to start creating some goals, but to build a very strong, powerful 6 to 7 figure income within this company, it's going to take time. Okay. The beauty of this program, though, is that it's doable, and it's doable within that time frame. And so I would challenge you to look at what you're currently doing, how you're doing it, the longevity of what it is that you're doing, and what are your goals in terms of how long do you plan on doing what it is that you're doing, hauling those buckets. And so for me, for example, until I was able to look at this compensation package and make a decision to become a builder with doTERRA, I accepted the fact that I was going to work until I was 65 to 67 years old, and hopefully I would retire with enough money to be able to live somewhat comfortably. And, there's a lot of ifs in there. But the one if that's not in there is the fact that I am currently 41. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that if I continue to do what I am doing, I will work for the next 25 plus years. So I like 2 to 5 years model with doTERRA. And I am very easily accepting the fact that to build this successful network marketing company, I'm going to put in those years and that dedication to build the pipeline so I don't have to carry buckets for the next 25 years. Now, for those of you that are in your 20s, go ahead and add 20 more years to your carrying buckets model. Because unless you have, a rich uncle that gives you all your gives you all his inheritance when he dies, or, you have an invention that's going to become $1 million value and sell it to another company, then you're going to have to carry buckets for at least 40 to 50 years, depending on where you are right now, how old you are right now, and what you've already invested into that time. So, I'm tired of carrying buckets. So I'm ready to build a pipeline. So 3 things to do. You need to share the oils. The oils are powerful. And if you lead with the oils, then everything else just pretty much follows. People love the essential oils. They love getting them in their hands. They love smelling them. They love putting them on their body. And once they see the power of the oil itself, there's very little else that you need to do besides show them how to enroll and show them how they can get them. So really the power of this network marketing is just how to get in front of people and to share the essential oils with them. The second thing you need to do is enroll customers and builders. In order to be a powerful network marketer, you have to look at that power of 3 model and add people to your first tier, encourage those people to add to their tier, while hopefully feeding their ranks and their teams. There's a lot of different methods out there to build your team, and that's definitely something that we will go over once you enroll. But the third thing you do is that once you get your team in place, or once you start building your team, you need to find those builders that are in your team that are similar to you and that have the drive and the desire that you do, and really foster those relationships and help them become the best builder that they can be. doTERRA's model is phenomenal because it encourages the growth of your downline, and you actually benefit more from their success than you do personally just enrolling everybody on your top line. You're not going to get that good depth and volume to get to that 7% commission. And so, my upline encourages me at any moment that I need help, because if I'm successful, then they are too. And it's just this culture of generosity and sharing and building together. And the cool thing also about doTERRA's model is that I can surpass anybody in my upline based on my own personal success. And so I don't have to wait for somebody in the line to get bumped off, or, there's only X amount of spots for blue diamonds. There's as many spots as there are advocates that want to fill them. So definitely the sky is the limit, and you are the dictator of where your limit is. So I find that phenomenal in this program. So there's 3 levels of investment with doTERRA to become a wellness advocate. The first one is somebody that just wants to make extra spending money. And so that would be somebody that's looking for about $300 to $600 extra a month. Whether or not that $300 to $600 goes towards a car payment, or whether or not you're trying to supplement your essential oil use, you can definitely make that decision with your partner or whomever else helps decide your financial issues. But in order to obtain $300 to $600 a month, you're going to have to work about 3 to 5 hours a week in building your business, in advertising, in speaking to people, doing one-on-ones, doing classes, doing Facebook Lives, and learning also not only about the products, but also, improving your mentation and your outlook on network marketing. So there's a lot of self-help books out there and growth of how to start looking at life in general. Because you have to be positive within this network marketing. There's a lot of people that will tell you no, and you're putting a lot out on the line when you go out there. So these books out there that really help you grow and think and look at life differently to be successful as a network marketer and as an entrepreneur are invaluable within this business. So extra spending money, 3 to 5 hours a week, that would put you somewhere in the elite to premier rank. And so you personally need to enroll a few people a month. The second level of investment would be if somebody that wants to supplement their income. So this is somebody that's looking for about $600 to $4,900 a month in supplemental income. You need to work about 10 to 15 hours a week in doing all those things that we talked about earlier. This would fit you somewhere in the rank between Premier and Gold. And you need to enroll about 4 customers a month, as well as at least 1 builder. And then the third level of investment would be somebody who wants to replace and multiply their income. And so that fits in the income bracket of someone that's wanting to make between $4,900 and $112,000 a month. I'm just going to let that sit there for a minute because I needed that to brew when it came to the compensation package and the ability to earn with doTERRA commission. $112,000 a month is a 7-figure income. And it's absolutely doable if you're willing to put in the time, if you're willing to put in the dedication and the commitment to building your financial pipeline. So, what is your freedom number? And a freedom number is really something that you look at that says, what will it take for me to be able to turn in that 2-week notice? And so is that freedom number for you less than $1,000 per month? And if that is, then you would want to look at those levels of investment and gear your goal towards extra spending money, or maybe even supplementing your income, depending on exactly where your level rank are and what your goal will be. Is it $1,000 to $2,000 a month? Is it $3,000 to $5,000 a month? What do you bring in a month, and what is your freedom number that you need to obtain so you can stay home and raise your kids and live the life that you've wanted to start living? Or maybe what is that income that you need to bring in so your spouse can come home and help you raise the children at home? Whatever that freedom number is. Now, if you're the head of the household, like I am, then, my freedom number is higher. And that's okay too. It's going to just take me a little bit longer to get there, to be able to really consider, doing network marketing full time and stepping back as a nurse practitioner. There's a lot of things in my mind now when I look at doTERRA and I look at the opportunities and I look at essential oils. What can I do to help the people in my community with my knowledge and essential oils? And so that would also be part of, what your freedom number is. What other business opportunity would you invest in? Do you want to be a real estate investor? Do you want to flip homes? doTERRA can provide a large supplement so you can really start creating that dream that you probably ignore a lot because you're so busy carrying those buckets. And so, this is a successful model. This works. There are people that I can plug you into that this is working daily. They have put in their notice. They are doing this full time. They have brought their husband home. They have really made a decision to do this full time, and it's working. So, your goals and your level of investment of those goals and the commitment that you're willing to make is really going to be the decision maker of whether or not you're successful with doTERRA. So I have another video that I would like you guys to watch. This is James Bybee and his story with doTERRA.
If you are a fan or ever were a fan or know of Chris Farley, you probably heard his skit about being a motivational speaker, living down by the van down by the river. I don't have quite the girth that he does, but it's just something that, rings true to my life, the life of my family for a period of time. So we discovered essential oils when we were living in a van down by the river. And we lived in, well, it wasn't quite a van, but it was close. So we got, a little trailer that's like basically 3 pieces that kind of go like this. Okay, so basically you got these roads that do like a figure 8 through the park. It was an old RV park, all right? And this was it was in a thicket. All trees, everything. This guy bought a big piece of land. There's a little stream, a little river that goes back here, so it's a van down by the river, and that's what it felt like. It was cramped, tiny little place that we lived in, but we made do. So somebody then sends me a little brown bottle of, hold on. Hold them out of the way. A little brown bottle of oil, essential oil from plants. We talked about that. If you haven't seen these, you soon will. Essential oil changes people's lives. Somebody calls us, sends it to us. I don't really know what it is. Put it in my mouth, about knocks me on the floor. Then we get a follow-up from an individual who happens to be my sister-in-law, a woman named Natalie Goddard. She's an amazing person. She says, essential oils, they will change your life. They're amazing, they're awesome. And we were like, uh-huh. Now, we were a little bit open because we used herbs. She said, look, you really need to look at this. And we said, no. Try this again. And we said, no. She tried us again and we said, no. Thick skulls, man. And, you know, she was also telling us, you know, over time as we're talking that, hey, you know what's cool is that they do change lives. We can introduce them to people. The product really works. But guess what? You can, if you want, you can change people's lives financially because there's the ability to create an income with it. And we thought, oh no, not one of those. And of course, fear takes over, which fear never does anything good. Product right there, works great, it's awesome. Opportunity, as we had been looking, we're living in a van down by the river. Meanwhile, essential oils are knocking on our door. Hello, hello, hello. And we're saying, no, 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 it can't be that. We start having these experiences with being able to change and deal with the health of our children much easier than we ever were with herbs. So we got excited. Well, I did. Yeah. My wife didn't. She couldn't get over the whole income part of it. But for me, I got excited because now I started to see that this could be an income piece. But I had to fail a little bit first to figure this out. I decide I'm going to go for it. So I, after 3 no's, say yes to my sister-in-law. Okay? And she, in the meantime, is having great success as well. So she's trying to help me have success. Says you need to have an event where you can educate people about essential oils. I'm going to send an expert out to you. I'm like, great. I had no idea who it was. Turns out it was this really world-renowned expert that travels the world on essential oils. A little hotel room. I go all over the place. And I put out flyers. I go into businesses. I talk to holistic people. Everyone I meet, I talk to them about it, invite them. Now, again, I didn't probably invite the people I really should have invited were the people that I had direct connections to and that I knew because, what? Fear. Fear cropped in, right? But I went out and told everyone else. And I knew hundreds of people were going to show up. We went 7 o'clock. We get ready, 7 o'clock. No one's showing up yet. No one's ever on time. 7:15. People are getting home from work, eating dinner. They'll be here. 7:25. Nobody. That was the first experience that I had in trying to help people become educated about essential oils. I made it my passion after that, though. I decided not to quit. I knew I could fail, but still succeed. And people I knew who succeed fail a lot before they succeed. So I didn't quit. And eventually my wife had her own stories about the essential oils, her own experiences that led her to start telling everybody about essential oils. And instead of doing a hotel room and instead of bringing in an expert, at least not a Dr. Hill, okay? We opened up our home, our van down by the river. Remember, this is not a pretty place. This is the kind of place that when people drove up in their cars and looked into the entrance right here, they went, am I going to come out of there? I mean, this is a scary place. Not the best part of town and that sort of thing, but we invited people anyway. We had executives from big companies in Silicon Valley, their wives and people come, and they came. So we had 15 or 16 people come to that. And then my sister-in-law came out because we didn't kind of really totally know what we were doing and taught that class. And those people in that room, every one of them wanted those products in their life and in their house. What changed? My passion was just getting bigger. I was enlisting in a mission, and I really wanted and knew that they should have these essential oils in their lives and that it would empower them. And that's what I got excited about, and that's what we got excited about, and that's what they got excited about. The more people we helped get what they needed, what they wanted, the more we would be able to achieve and get to where we wanted, but we had to help others first. And so the more we focus on how to help others, because we notice in our business, because this is a business for us now, that if we ever lose sight of that, things don't go as well. As soon as we get back on track with helping others solve their problems and provide solutions for them, things change. So now, we don't live in that van down by the river anymore. We actually live on a mountain. We're pretty much on the top in a house, and it overlooks the ocean now. As far as we can see, the ocean. And we live surrounded by redwood trees and wildlife. There's a deer walking around. and all sorts of amazing things that we get to experience now and travel around helping other people. And we're no longer broke. And we're no longer, and people we meet now are finding financial, physical, emotional, and spiritual healing and empowerment. I don't know what else I could do or what else anyone else, that anyone, any other person could choose as a career that could do and provide the same thing. Whatever it is that you do, make sure you're enlisted in a mission and a cause that will empower others and change their lives, because that's what we did. Thanks.
So, how do you get started? Really, you need to make a choice, and choice is power. Whether or not that choice for you means that this is not for you, then that's a choice that you need to make. And that's okay. Not everybody wants to bring essential oils into their life. Not everybody wants to do a network market, and that's okay. By all means, that's your choice and your decision. But if you do want to do this, and this sounds interesting to you, then I challenge you to set a goal, to truly set a 30-day non-negotiable goal about what you're going to do. Make that list of warm market, figure out what your budget is, what you're going to maybe rearrange so you can afford the monthly commitment, that 100 LRP, in order to gain a commission structure. There's definitely some sacrifice that you're going to have to make. Create the names list. So you know who that you need to talk to. Make sure it's non-filtered. Make sure that you don't prejudge anybody. You let them tell you no. You let them decide that it's for them or it's not for them. We have an opportunity to also do some online network strategy using Facebook ads. Our team right now has the ability to, and we have in place a co-op that has a $17.99 value to it. A month, you pay that monthly. You get now online resources and education that by all means is much more valuable than $17.99 a month, on how to create your own online network marketing campaign, on how to create a business Facebook page, on how to season that page so Facebook doesn't shut it down, on how to create your own videos, on how to splice videos. It really changes your whole outlook on online marketing and the power of using things like Facebook. So, I challenge you to step into action, to make that choice. And if your choice is with doTERRA and you want to start building that pipeline, then by all means, speak to the person that sent you this video and tell them that you're ready. Make that decision that you are ready to change your life and ready to change your family's life. Have one more video for you and I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Robin, and my husband is Leland. We are Blue Diamonds in doTERRA, and we have 5 beautiful children, and we are the Joneses. Obviously, we have not always been in doTERRA and working in doTERRA. My sister Cherie Burton, a common phrase that she uses, "Your mess is your message." And I definitely have a message to share in doTERRA, and it stems from the mess that happened in my family. An inner conviction came out of really wanting to search and find something that was going to help my family. A few short years later, I was introduced to doTERRA, but didn't fully grasp the emotional properties of it until actually about 2 years later, when I had attended a convention in 2010. As I was sitting there and I was looking at all the people around me, I noticed that they were no different than me. They had no more education than me. They were other stay-at-home moms and with no prior sales experience, just like myself. And I then had that piece click of, I have something to bring to this. I can share my message.
And she's telling me, and she's like, you know, what if? What if we did this as a business? Like, we just do it, like for a year, we commit. And I remember thinking, all right, you can do anything for a year. It's a year. So it's like, okay, we'll do it. And our life got out of balance.
We were at a place where there were a lot of things going on, and there were a lot of reasons why I shouldn't have done it. A lot of really great excuses to not do it. And I knew that things couldn't be perfect before you just took that leap and moved forward. I didn't know how it was all going to play out. I didn't know how I was going to make this work. All that I knew was I have a powerful message with these oils that I can show up to somebody and I can give them a gift that nobody else could give them, that I have a solution for them that they can't get anywhere else. And if I don't share it with them, who will? So I have to step up.
As doTERRA was taking off, as Robin was sharing the oils, as more and more people are having interest, having questions, as she is getting pulled in more and more directions, I realized that there is a need. And then I quit my job. And then I stepped in full time. So while my kids are at school, I'm dedicated to doTERRA. When my kids get off the bus or when we pick them up from school, I'm a dad.
I'm so glad I made that choice. I'm so glad that I decided that I wanted more than where I was at. And now I get to be with my family as much as I want to. My husband is home and we're a partnership, a full partnership. And I love that I have learned so much about myself. I have a lot more skills than I ever knew I had. I am grateful also that my husband also committed to do this with me.
I hope that through my experience, it can teach others or allow others to keep an open mind. That they can keep an open mind when maybe they don't have the vision to see where this could take them.
So the stars will never just align for you to do this. There will never be a perfect time. There was no perfect time. There never will be a perfect time. It continues to not be a perfect time. We are definitely not perfect. Our family isn't perfect. We are continuing to learn as we go. And because we stepped into what was uncomfortable and we put a lot of things on hold and we made those sacrifices, we're reaping those benefits and we're continuing to receive those benefits. We now have a surplus of time and we can use that time any way we want to, and a lot of that is volunteering at the school. It's to be able to be with our kids whenever, and I'm so grateful that doTERRA's lifestyle has been able to create that for us. So we feel truly blessed, and honestly it would be unfair to keep this to ourselves. Because what we have created, our dreams have come true. And that is a real possibility for you. This can happen. This can be your reality.
This is why we share doTERRA, to give you that possibility. And so enough with the excuses. Enough with all these beautiful distractions. You need to put them on hold and step into action.
Yeah, step into action. Right now.
Like now. Why are you still there?
Like, go away.
So, step into action. Get outside your comfort zone. Really dig deep about what it is that you want to do in life, what it is you want to create, what it is that you want to, where do you want to explore? What do you want to see? What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to live? It's okay to dream. But with those dreams, there has to be goals and there has to be a vision in place. And then there has to be a mechanism and a vehicle to get to those goals and those dreams. And doTERRA can be that mechanism for sure. So I invite you to join us. I invite you to consider an enrollment kit. The enrollment kits start out at $150. And so with that enrollment kit, what you are getting, and I'm going to post just kind of a quick display so we can talk about it. This is one of our enrollment kits. It's called the Family Essentials Kit. It comes with the top 10 essential oils. It also comes with some beadlets, some peppermint beadlets, and some on guard beadlets. Now, all of these oils in this kit specifically are 5 milliliters. So you're going to get about 85 drops per bottle of the essential oils. You can immediately start using them for you and for your family. And in that process, while you're starting to build your doTERRA business, you are also going to start using these essential oils for different ailments and different things that you experience and your family experiences, whether or not it's you rubbing lavender on your baby's feet to go to bed at night, whether or not it's using the peppermint beadlets when you have some, upset stomach issues, whether or not you use the On Guard beadlets to help boost your immunity when you are feeling a little under the weather, whether or not you mix some deep blue rub in with some coconut oil and put it on your joints to help decrease that inflammation in that joint or that lower back. There are countless opportunities for you to start using these oils the minute that they show up in your home. Now, there are several enrollment kits that are available. There are 2 enrollment kits that start at $150, and then it goes from there. So depending on what your budget is, depending on what your resources are right now, or in the next, small bit, it's okay. This offer doesn't expire. I can't stand when people put together offers and it's not available next week. Well, I might not be ready today. But I might be ready next week. And that's okay if that's you. But again, you just kind of have to make that, make that choice. Make the choice of whether or not it's for you or not. Be honest with yourself. It's okay to tell whoever sent you this video that this is not something you're interested in. If this is something you're interested in and you need a minute to kind of regroup and get things together or get paid or whatever the case may be, that's okay too. We don't want to bug you. We don't want to be that kind of group of people that bug you all the time. Like when are you doing it? You only have 4 more days to sign up. We're not that team. We don't want to be that team. So whatever your budget might be. I do encourage you to get an enrollment kit though. The enrollment kit's going to get you the opportunity, especially if you're considering to do this for a business. I would really encourage you to figure out how to get $150 at least if that's stretching your budget. Now, I don't want to put anybody in a bind and I don't want to hurt anybody at all. There is an opportunity for a $35 fee to just become a wellness wholesale customer. You can give doTERRA your social security information because that's saying that you have an intention on creating an income later on, and that way they can 1099 you and tell the government what you're making. But you can start out with a $35 fee for sure. You will then have to piecemeal your oils together, which is fine. If that's what your budget allows and you just say, Chrissy, I am ready to start. I am not going to see a forecastable future where I'm going to have $150 for oils, but I know that I can share this. I know I can spread this word, and I know I can make a commission check very quickly because of my personality, because of my dreams, because of my desires. If the budget just doesn't even consider fitting $150 for an enrollment kit, you can start out with a $35 enrollment fee. And then you become a wholesale member. You now have access to 25% off of anything that you order from doTERRA. And so you can start building your collection over time. And then you can get out there with samples in the back office or get with the person that invited you to see if there's some samples available that maybe they can let you borrow or have. So you can put together a class and you can start enrolling people. Because the brilliance of it with that Fast Start bonus is that the minute that you get somebody else that you enroll underneath you, you're going to get 20% of whatever they buy within the first 60 days. And so you're going to instantly start making money. So I definitely would say get with the person that invited you to this webinar and see what those options are. Really look at what your budget is. If your budget's, $2,000, there's a kit for you for sure. But if your budget is very minimal, but you know that this is that opportunity that you've been waiting for, and you know that you love oils and you want to get on board with this again, the minimal startup fees are available. If you can push that budget to the enrollment kit, I would definitely recommend that because it's going to give you more instant access to all the oils that you're going to get out there and really get excited and share with your people. For anybody that does sign up with an enrollment kit for our team, with an enrollment kit or a wholesale membership with at least a $50 order within the first 2 weeks of enrolling, I send out this Essential Life book. This is 450 pages of every oil and blend and combination that doTERRA offers, and how to use them in your life, and how to start helping improve ailments that you and your family might be dealing with. So there's this really neat guide in the beginning that kind of goes over different issues and what essential oils you can use for that. There's recipes in the back for cooking. It goes through all the supplements that doTERRA has, and how it benefits your family and your life, and really how to use these oils on a daily basis with you and your family. Also with your enrollment, whatever package it is that you pick, you're going to tap in immediately to an unlimited network support on Facebook, with the upline, including myself, including people above me that are helping me build. If I don't have the answer, there's hundreds of different people within our Facebook group that might have the answer, or at least has a solution. And so not only are there Facebook groups for just kind of the general population of people that are saying, hey, I've got this problem, what would you recommend that helps me with XYZ? But there's also builder networks and Facebook pages that we plug you into instantly, that gives you ideas of things to get started, people that you can instantly connect with within your area, that you can start creating networks with to better yourself and improve your business for sure. And last but not least, definitely some information about My Ad Co-op. This is a pretty amazing resource that we have within our own team. And what this is, as I kind of briefly went over this before, this is a co-op that uses the power of Facebook with ad dollars daily that advertises for us. And so you become a member of a group with $17.99 per month. You become a member of a group of people that want to create an online network marketing journey. And so what that means is that you're going to have at your fingertips for $17.99 a month, not only are you going to have resources that teach you how to become an online network marketing entrepreneur, in terms of how to create your own Facebook business page, and how to advertise and how to market, and how to go through steps that David Treschel, who created this program, failed miserably at in the beginning and had to learn and spend thousands of dollars in order to learn this way of advertising. Not only are you going to have those resources at your fingertips, but you're also going to be able to purchase ad dollars to put yourself in the rotation of the co-op. And so currently, I believe there's almost 1,000 people that are a part of this co-op. We have over $100,000 a month in our budget for Facebook ad campaigning. And you become a part of that rotation if you are interested in buying ad shares and ad dollars. So there are a ton of resources out there. If you want to just use your network market, your warm market, and go out there and speak to everybody that you know and start a Facebook page and whatever the case may be, you can do that. If you want to tap into the online network marketing campaign, then you also have that opportunity. So I think we've gone over everything. I hope I've made it somewhat clear about how to start this journey and what you're going to need for this journey in order to be successful. So we're going to recap really quick. In order to get started, enrollment kits or $35 wholesale membership. Highly recommend the enrollment kits, but either way is going to get you in the door to starting this journey. Okay. If you don't go with the enrollment kit, it's just going to be a little bit longer to start getting your own personal collection, but you can make it happen. If you have a huge class, then you can make it happen. So don't let that be your obstacle. Then you create a loyalty rewards order monthly, and you at least order 100 PVs a month in order to earn a commission check with doTERRA. And that commission check is going to have 4 different mechanisms: your retail store, your fast start bonus, your power of 3, and your unilevel. So that's how you're going to get paid with doTERRA. Okay. You build your team, you find your builders, you foster your builders, and you encourage your sharers and your users underneath that organizational tree as well to start ranking in doTERRA. And once you duplicate the power of 3 and building your organizational tree, which we will go over, then you start making monthly paychecks in the form of power of 3 bonus and unilevel bonus, so you can start supplementing your income. So thank you for joining us tonight. I really appreciate your time. Get with whoever sent you this video. If it was me, I think I should have most of your contacts, but if you got this off the Oillist page, you can email me at theoillist1@gmail.com. So it's THEOILES1, the number 1, @gmail.com. It's definitely a way to communicate with me if you have any questions, if you're ready to enroll. But if somebody else sent you this webinar, please contact them and let them know that you're ready to enroll and how you would like to start that process. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.